Afternoon, welcome back again to Cannon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. We've got news galore, four parts of the whole. News galore. We've got Alex Fergie news. We've got Pep Guardiola news. We've got Mikel Arteta news. There's a little bit of transfer news. We've got all kinds of news on Cannon Fodder TV. On the other side of this music intro, yeah. Yeah, indeed, we're back again to Cannon for the TV. Yes, we are live and direct. We've got news galore for you. Actually, not galore. We've got a few bits and pieces, but not too much. Not too much to write home about. What you can do to join us over here is just click the like button. It's just somewhere down here. Somewhere. Oh, there it is. My hand's just disappearing. Just click the like button. You can come into live chat if you want to, but you don't have to. It's going to be a short, sharp show. Yeah, that's right. I said it over here. Right, so I think what I'm going to probably be using is this bit of graphics over here for the duration of this show. Alex Ferguson responds when asked who he wants to win the Premier League. Remember Fergie? Fergie time? You don't remember Fergie time? Anyway, Man United legend Alex Ferguson has now responded to being asked who he wants to win the Premier League title, Arsenal or Man City. Now, being interviewed on a particular channel, Racing Coverage show, he was posed the question. Alex Fergie finally seen his beloved Man United win some silverware this season, but on ITV Sports Racing Coverage, they cheekily asked Ferguson, who would you prefer to win the Premier League this season? The legend manager responded by saying, I'm not interested, but before moving on. So, yeah, that's it. He didn't respond. Ferguson. Oh, my goodness. He hasn't lost it, has he? Fergie time, man. God dear. Anyhow, moving swiftly on to the second news segment of the day. And if I can find it, where is it? Like I said, let's just use this one again. More news. More news to be had here. Pep Guardiola labels Napoli as the best team in the Champions League and likens their playing style to Arsenal. He's playing mind games, isn't he? Pep Guardiola believes that Napoli are the best team in the Champions League this season, and he has likened the playing style to Arsenal. When asked about the resurgence of Italian teams in Europe this season, Guardiola told Sky Sports, in terms of playing style, they're very close to Arsenal. Inter and AC Milan are back. I'm very pleased. Liar. And then we have a Robert De Zerbi who's changing many things in English football at Brighton, playing wonderful football. Do you know what? Pep Guardiola, you love to play mind games, don't you? Don't believe a word what he says, man. Don't believe it. Nah, don't fall for it, man. Moving swift on to the next news segment. What's the next news segment? Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Now, who could Arsenal face in the Europa League quarterfinals, possible opponents for Friday's draw? Now, you've got to remember, Arsenal still have to overcome Sporting Lisbon. But a cheeky look at who Arsenal could face if they were overcome Sporting Lisbon. Let's have a look here. So Arsenal will discover their fate in the Europa League quarterfinals when the draw is held on Friday, should they be in it. First, the Gunners must get past Sporting Lisbon, a CP, in the last 16 tie. Will score 11 2-2 on aggregate ahead of Thursday's meeting at the Emirates. Now, should they make it into the final 8, Arsenal will enter a draw that is completely open, meaning there will be no restrictions on which team they can face. Man United could therefore be one possible opponent Mikel Arteta will want to avoid, with the Red Devils currently 4-1 up at Real Betis in the tie. But that tie is not over, man. You know when it's over? When the final whistle has been blown and the final ball has been kicked. Juventus are another big name looking to be in the hat, and they lead SC Freiburg by a single goal as they head to Germany. Sevilla are 2-0 up at Fenerbahce. Now, the possible teams that Arsenal could face in Europa League quarterfinals, again, Real Betis or Man United, Feyenoord or Shakhtar Donetsk, Sevilla or Fenerbahce, Union Berlin or Union Santa Gios, Roma or Real Sociedad, Juventus or SC Freiburg, or Ferencváros or Bayer Leverkusen. So these are the possible teams that Arsenal could face. The quarterfinal tries to be held on April 13th and the 20th. Listen, like I said, Arsenal still have to overcome the Sporting Lisbon issue. That game there. Don't even talk about who they could face on Friday. No. Anyhow, the last news segment, actually not the last one, but the penultimate one, is in regards to Silent Stan. Silent Stan issues a rare statement to show how times have changed at Arsenal. Silent Stan and his son Josh were confirmed as Arsenal's new chairs on Wednesday, as morning after the Premier League American owners restructured the board. Arsenal fans could not believe their eyes on Wednesday morning as the club's owner, Silent Stan, issued a rare statement. Kroenke sent a message to Arsenal supporters after making amendments to the board. Kroenke is now the club's co-chair alongside Josh. There's no surprise that was going to happen, is it? Who is not afraid to speak to the press, with fellow chief Tim Lewis promoted to executive vice chair. A Kroenke statement is almost as rare as Tottenham win the trophy. Arsenal's owners have tried to be more transparent with supporters since the failed European Super League plot April 2021. I can't believe it, which aimed to create a closed shop of so-called elite clubs. I think what I might do a feature-long video talking about this gentleman here, Silent Stan. Silent Stan, he only talks when there's money involved, man. If there's no money involved, no, I'm not talking. Oh, but Silent Stan, no, we don't want to talk about it. Silent Stan, no. We talking about money? Yeah. All right, okay, I'll give you an interview. Silent Stan, man, doesn't want to talk about anything else unless it's got money involved in that, man. And that's the truth, Ruth. Right now, for the last news segment, inside 10 minutes. Yes, this pundit says players must prove they are good enough. Now, there I was thinking it must have been an Arsenal legend or ex-Arsenal player, but no. Gabby Agbon-Lahore. Did he win the Premier League? No, he didn't, did he? Former Aston Villa man Gabby Agbon-Lahore insists the likes of Emerson Rowe and Vieira must prove they are good enough for the team. He went on to say that you set up a squad of players at the start of the season to use, and if they are not good enough, they should not be at Arsenal. The likes of Vieira, Smith Rowe, that have got to come in and prove they are good enough to be in that setup. If Arteta has his way, he would love to rest his players and have them play the remaining Premier League games and not any other competition. But if you come up this far in the Europa League, you want to win it. And I've got to say, that's the only thing I agree with Agbon-Lahore. That if we go this far, you want to win it. But then you might say, if we sustain that, I don't know, that position on top of the Premier League, you want to win it. But if you're asking me personally, Alex, which one are you going to choose? I will go for the Europa League. We have not won European silverware for the longest time. Go into the Champions League with some pedigree. And that's just my opinion. Win European silverware. And the world can be your oyster, my son. The world could be your oyster. Whatever that means. What does that mean? Anyhow, so these or those have been the news segments currently running on the show over here on Canon Follow TV. Now, what I want you to do, all right, you are watching, you haven't made a comment in the live chat. No, you haven't, because I'm watching you. Just sat there, watching listening to me, or just watching me. Come in the live chat and let me know your thoughts about Silent Stan, Pep Guardiola playing mind games, and the potential teams that Arsenal could play if they can overcome a Sporting Lisbon. So come in the live chat, you I'm talking to. Yeah. Yes, you. Get in the live chat. I want to hear from you. Now, before I go into the live chats, we did a poll. We did a poll on the channel. Now, the poll question was, does Arteta use his strongest 11 in the second leg against Sporting? Wait, I didn't say it like that. Let me just read it the way that I said it. So, does Arteta use his strongest 11 versus Sporting Lisbon? Click here to vote. Click the video. We have received a whopping 686 votes. 2 comments and only 26 likes. No, it's all right, man. It's all right. It's okay. 26 likes. That's okay. I can deal with that, man. Idea I like double that number, but it's all right. It's okay. So the question is, does Arteta use his strongest 11 versus Sporting Lisbon in the second leg? Now, out of those 686 votes and 2 comments and 26 likes, 32% say no, he should not. He should not use his strongest 11. And 68%, Alex, I had to look down there. 68% actually he should use his strongest 11. I think he will use his strongest 11. If he does not, it might go one of 2 ways or 3 ways. Figure it out yourself. Anyway, and then again, before we go into the live chat, can I go into our Twitter feed and see if there's many comments here? No, someone's just retweeted that we are live. And who was that? That was Juma. Juma, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for retweeting that we are live on the platform, the channel, the platform. Thank you for that. Now I can lead a charge and go into the live chat. Hey, right, John Legizaguda says, even Alex, big up that Fulham captain. Yeah, you know what I'm talking. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, we'll leave it there because there's been some comments in the WhatsApp group. I don't want to upset anybody. Yeah, on this day because today is my wife and I's wedding anniversary. Yes, and what did I do today? We just drove around Ali Pali. We didn't do much. There's not enough money in the coffers. But yeah, today's our anniversary, and I'm doing this live show. She wants to kill me. She wants to kill me. Anyhow, John again says 2-0 Arsenal tomorrow. Any brace? What brace? What braces? Teeth brace or because he won't be playing tomorrow. But I understand what you mean, John. Lee, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, Alex. I'm a secret location where the Sporting Lisbon team are staying. Well, where is that? Let us know, Emerson. Where? Just whisper it in my ear. Better still, send me a text message. Our man on the ground, Emerson Cozier. Wow. The Kroenkes have backed Arteta, which has. Oh, sorry. Oh, you. The Kroenkes have backed Arteta, which hasn't happened in the past, so they must trust Arteta to deliver, especially when it is their cash. Is it their cash? It's not their cash, it's our cash. We put it in and they take it all out. Anyhow, no, you're right. I think even if we were to capitulate, it would take a lot for us to capitulate. If that were to happen, they would still back Mikel Arteta. They believe in him. They believe in him. They believe in him. Moving swiftly on. Alex, I said yesterday Arteta has to start his best 11 to wrap it up and then make the changes. Yes. Yeah. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Ashley D who said that if he goes with the same 11, then you know that he's throwing it away. Is that can that be true, Lynn? If he plays the same 11, he's just basically throwing it away. Anyhow. We are live from Uganda. Aloya. Gilbert, thank you for that, my friend. Arsenal is winning the game tomorrow. What is your prediction? What score line prediction? Yeah. Yeah. So let me know if Arteta plays the same 11 that played the first leg against Sporting Lisbon. Is he basically just showing that he's not really interested in the Europa League? You know what? Forget about Europa League. I'm putting all my coins, all my money, everything, all my eggs in this Premier League basket. But what do you think? Do you think he'll be throwing it away if he plays the same 11 with Jacob Kivor and who else did he play? But I thought Vieira had a relatively good game the first leg. Just saying. What is Stan's big plan? Is it to turn us into New York Cosmos? New York Cosmos 2.0. It could happen. In the short future, it could happen. And we'll be, I mean, like now, when I go to Highbury, I used to go to school in Highbury, brought up in Islington boy. And so where do we stand now? You walk past the Highbury Stadium, you say to yourself, oh, you know what? I remember the days when Arsenal used to play here. Spewed with so much history there. You think of all the players that played for Arsenal over the last 130 odd years. It happened there. And it could be the point in the I don't know, short or long future, we'll be walking past where the Emirates was, and we'll be saying, do you remember there used to be a club here? Our club used to be here. If you're not careful, if we don't look after it, that's Arsenal that is, we might just lose Arsenal and end up playing at, somewhere in the United States. I don't live in the United States. I live in the UK. I've got friends, sure, who live in the United States, but I'm not looking to live in the United States. So be careful, my friends. Be careful. All this stuff about the protests is a long, distant memory, but not for me. I remember those protests there. The official ones I went to and the unofficial ones that I made up. I was there. Anyway. Arsenal's winning a 2-0. Is Saka the best number 7 to wear the red shirt? No. No, he's not. John, don't even go there, John, man. Don't even go there. No, he's not the best. He's not. You troublemaker. You're a troublemaker. That's what you is. All right. Let's have a see. What else do we have lined up? Whilst I'm just refreshing the page here, just a quick heads up what's going to be happening now. So today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. There is no Thursday night football. William Shatner would say. No, he would never say that. But yeah, there's no Thursday night football show with Ange. Ange is taking, resting up. She's resting up. But she's doing really good stuff on that segment there. And I tell you what, from a personal point of view, just watching Ange, how she's just kind of grown in that hosting seat is so good to see. Further on from that, we have tried best part of 4 years to have more female contributors come onto the platform. Now, Ange wasn't the first lady. Sharifa, all the way out in Holland, Amsterdam, was the original first lady of Channel 4 TV. It just happens that Ange has stepped into that seat there. Sharifa never posted any segments. She just came as a guest on the East Talk. But we want to make sure that we have a fair representation of the fan base on Channel 4 TV. You're not going to see the same faces show in, show out, unless it's me. But even then, you don't see a lot of my face unless I'm doing shows from Monday to Wednesday, and maybe the East Talk on a Friday. But we want to make sure that we have a fair representation, of what the fan base looks like at Arsenal. But Ange, yeah, you're doing a really good job, and it's really good to see how you kind of grown in that position there as the host of that show there, Thursday Night Football show. But there will be no Thursday Night show tomorrow. On Friday, there will be no Easy Talk. I'm also giving myself a break. But yeah, Arsenal will be back in action, but there will be, as far as I know, there will be no watch along. No watch along, unless somebody wants to come in and send me an email and say, actually, Alex, I will do the watch along for you. Oh, have no fear. I will do the watch along for you. Because usually it will be my brother, but he will not be able to do it. And then we move into Saturday. There's nothing on Saturday. And on Sunday will be the big Sunday show hosted by Paul. Yeah, in the North Bank, a.k.a. the Bray. Yeah. And that's what's going to be happening for the next few days. Right. Let me get back to business now. Okay, let's have a look here. Lynn has said, if Arteta places is the same 11 as last week, Sporting will know the weakness in the team. And so for me, it has to be the 11 that started at Fulham, which gives us a better chance of winning. If we can escape from that second leg there with no injuries and no suspensions, then that's good for us. And that may be a clean sheet as well. Maybe a clean sheet. Afternoon, Lynn. And we have to play straight out of the blocks, and so it is wrapped up by halftime. Lynn, you know what? Do you know when it's wrapped up, Lynn? Do you know when it's wrapped up? When the whistle has gone. By halftime. Not with Sporting Lisbon. Right until the end. 90 plus minutes. Good afternoon, John. Having a good week. Sporting Lisbon. Done and dusted by halftime. Until the end. Until the very end. Glad to hear, Lynn. You should join Angie on the Thursday night show. But Lynn, I've invited you so many times. Maybe it's me. Maybe, I don't know. I would like Lynn to be on the Thursday night show. We've had Joan Smith on the Thursday night show, and we've had some other female contributors on the Thursday night show. So, Lynn, just saying, the invitation is there for you. I will tell you off air via WhatsApp. Tell me now. Our man Emerson on the ground. Let's see. Emerson, send me the message now, man. I want to know where you are. All right, running just for a few more minutes before I wrap up this one. I will hopefully be back later on this evening. That's if my wife allows me to, but I think maybe I won't be allowed because today's our wedding anniversary. And what am I doing? I'm doing my live show. God, Alex, oh, my goodness. I've seen Saka is on the new Nando's FC advert. He is chicken tonight. Remember the advert? Chicken tonight. Oh, dearie me. All right. So more predictions, please. Prediction for the game tomorrow. I can't be tomorrow. It's Thursday already, man. Second leg. Yeah. Have I done the graphics? Have I done the graphics? Did I do the graphics? Yes, I did. There it is right there. 8 p.m. kickoff. Sporting Lisbon. 2-2 aggregate. Can Arsenal get the job done? Can they get it done? That's what I'm asking. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Got to play right until the end. 90 plus minutes. None of this stuff about half time the job will be done. Right until the final whistle. Do not give them any opportunities. Okay, right. I was thinking of something. I just completely gone out of my mind. Right. Oops. What I'm going to do, I will be back in just a few moments. Just give me a few ticks. I just need to double check something. I will be back in a few minutes. Give me just 2 minutes, okay? Don't go anywhere. Okay, we are back. I do apologize. I had to just double check something. and especially something on the platform. But yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. I cannot divulge what Emerson has told me. He's in a secret location where Sporting Lisbon team and the coaches are staying in central London. I can't say nothing more than that. I know the location, Emerson. I know the location you're talking about. Our man on the street, Emerson. Emerson, get an interview done, man. Get an interview done. That's what I'm saying. Right. Okay, let's have a look here. Right, Lynn says 2-1 Trossard and Ødegaard. I thought the other mob. Oh, all right, okay. Now, before I do finish this live show over here, we have done a video on Mudryk. Now, I know Mudryk is not our player, but there were some comments from Ian Wright. What if Mudryk did sign for Arsenal? So check out the link that the video that I've done. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Mudryk, I think we escaped the bullet there. We dodged one there, didn't we? Mohamed Mudryk, I'd far rather have a Leandro Trossard, man. It's still at £27 million. What a player, man. Left foot, right foot, header. Wow. Wow. Um, yes, I've received the message. Thank you for that. John, behave yourself. But I understand the message. Alex, we have to try and get enough goals so there isn't too much of a chance of to close the gap, and them do what other teams do, close up shop. But are we still able to do that? I mean, we didn't demonstrate that capability against Sporting Lisbon. I thought we were lucky to escape there with a draw. We should have lost maybe 5-3. So we still don't have the nous to close, shut up shop and close out games. I mean, we did wonders against Fulham, but I don't think Arsenal really have that nous to do that. I think. But I completely understand your sentiments there. Right, just the last few minutes. Let's have a look here. Emerson, get a couple of interviews, man, and send me the videos. I'll put them on the channel. All right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, okay. I think we're going to wrap up this one, unless anybody has any other comments. I think there are a couple more videos coming up later on today. One is Edu. He talks about Arsenal's chances of winning the Premier League. Yes. And a couple of videos in regards to transfers. I know we are no longer in transfer season, but of noteworthiness, I think Milivojevic Savic did a video yesterday, and there's another one coming up later on today. And we might even talk again about Mohamed Mudryk. Is it worth it? I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth it. And Emerson is trying to call. I'm live on air, Emerson. I'm live on air. I'm not going to answer the phone. Had Mudryk signed for Arsenal, he would be for the future. So Trossard was a much better bet. And yeah, really, really good, man. ESR, he's in the game. I love him to bits. But Leandro Trossard, man, he could be a club favourite. Could be a club favourite. I don't like the way that he left Brighton, but we can't always have it our own way. Players coming to Arsenal. I mean, you look at Sol Campbell, how we left them lot. You know what I mean? And he's now a club legend, isn't he? Sol Campbell. So I shouldn't be on about that. He's with us. He's an Arsenal player, but Leandro Trossard, man, oh my goodness, what a player! What a player! Oh wow, UTB, yeah. Guna. Whoa. Whoa, my goodness. Good to see you back, bro. Get it, Alex. Gently touch the like button. Just gently touch the like button. Don't. Just gently touch the like button. Shows your appreciation. No, nothing about subscribing. Just gently touch the like button if you like what you see and what you hear. That's all. Emerson, I'm not sure why you're trying to call me Emerson. I'm live, Emerson. I'm live, my friend. Anyhow, what have we been talking about, Colin? We've been talking about the second leg and the potential suitors, the potential teams that Arsenal could play against. And although I read out the report, I said, in actual fact, I know Arteta would not prepare his team to even think about the draw on Friday. I know that. I hope that. They have to think about the next game. What's the next game? The next game is Thursday, overcoming Sporting Lisbon. Now, I've got to respect Lynn's opinion about, getting the job done and shut out half-time right until the end. 90 plus minutes. And then we can say whether Arsenal did it or they didn't do it. Arsenal, for me, still don't have the skill set or mindset to shut out the majority of the games. Otherwise, we'll probably be 10 plus points in the Premier League, and we're not. We're not, and that's for a particular reason. But yeah. We also spoke briefly about Fergie, who was asked which team would you like to win the Premier League, Man City or Arsenal. He said, I'm not interested, and move swiftly. I mean, what kind of question is that, man? I mean, if it was, the question would be nonsensical if it was Arsenal or Man United, but they don't ask the guy that question. Of course he's not going to want Arsenal or Man City to win. What a silly question to ask Alex Fergie. Is it just me? My goodness. Who else we spoke about? Oh, yeah, Silent Stan. We spoke about Silent Stan. Looking. I don't know what he's wearing there, man. Anyhow, yeah. Silent Stan. Alex, pull yourself together. Yeah, Silent Stan issues rare statement to show how times have changed at Arsenal. Stan and Josh Kroenke were confirmed as Arsenal's new co-chairs on Wednesday morning after the Premier League club's American owners restructured the board. I kid you not. Just be careful, there's a saying about, frogs being boiled slowly in hot boiling water. We walk into the situation with our eyes wide shut. Yeah, slowly we've been hard boiled, man. Yeah, goodness. Co-chairs of Arsenal. It's not enough for them to be owners. Anyway, Kroenke sent a message to Arsenal supporters after making amendments to the board. Kroenke is now the club's co-chair alongside his son Josh, who is not afraid to speak to the press, with fellow chief Tim Lewis promoted to executive vice chair. So we spoke about Silent Stan and some other bits and pieces. Be careful, my friends. Be careful. Be careful what you wish for. Oh, it's too late now, isn't it? It's too late. I said that like 10 minutes ago. If we don't put our best 11 out for Sporting, you'll hear from... Well, what's John going to say? John. Oh, dear. Just what I think was a better deal compared to Mudryk, cost-wise and Premier League experience-wise also. Correct on all points, yeah. And again, I've done a video. Ian Wright, his thoughts about Mudryk or Mohamed Mudryk. A lot of pressure for a 21-year-old man, and he chose the wrong team, didn't he? Chose the wrong team. Doesn't look happy with life at the bridge. You pays your money, you takes your pick. Actually, he didn't pay any money, did he? You just made your choice, man. Boise 88, Giza, what's happening? I know Arteta Mudryk would have shined for us, but absolutely happy with Trossard and his contribution. Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Trossard was a golden dose of luck as opposed to Mudryk. That's not the hindsight coming from me. Alex and the guys here will tell you I liked Trossard before Mudryk fell through. And that's true, actually. Trossard was ready to go Premier League experience. Emerson, you're trying to call me? I'm live on air, man. Ticket sales for the FA Youth Cup match semi-final against Manchester City went on sale for those who are interested on Tuesday, the 4th of April. Do you know what? I missed Emerson. You know, you may or may not know. I have worked in different aspects working with young people and young children. I kind of put that message in that in our WhatsApp group. And I remember the days when I was working as a youth worker or a sessional worker, as we'll call it at that time, taking some of the children to Underhill. Do you know, Barnett's old ground? And we used to watch the games for free. Underhill. Watching the reserve team play, man. Those days are long since gone. But that's really good that you come up with all this news there. Under 21s, the Youth Cup. Thank you for that little insight there, my friend. I think we're finished. I think we're finished now. Been sent up for the last 10, 15 minutes now. Any comments, any questions you want to make before I wrap up this one? Let's just have a quick look. Have the numbers changed at all? They have not changed. Come on. Any more questions or any comments you want to make? Or any predictions for the game tomorrow? I can't believe tomorrow's Thursday already, man. The return leg, Arsenal versus Sporting Lisbon. Got to shut it out right until the end. The very end, 90 plus minutes. Sorry, Lynn, not half time. Right until the end, the very, very end. I don't know whether Arteta will choose his strongest 11. He might do rotation again, which means we might see maybe the same starting 11 from the first leg. But the question I did put out is that if we see Arteta play the same 11 that played in the first leg, is he showing us that he doesn't really care for the Europa League and he's putting all his eggs in one basket, that basket being the Premier League? Can we say that? Can we say that? I don't want to see a Jacob Kiwior. I don't want to see it. There's probably an argument. Would you want to see, Ramsdale or Turner again? I don't know. He's got to go with his strongest 11. None of this experimental stuff. Oh, okay, you know what? We've got the goals, and now we can put on, Thomas Partey and Magalhães from the beginning. Put them on the pitch right until the very end. That's all I can say. All right, let's have a look here. Oops. Great show. Thank you for that, Colin. I'm a kid. I ran a care home. I remember you told me. Yeah. In London for young mental health men. Yeah. I think we spoke about that. Even at the time, just the back end of the lockdown. Like I said, I've worked with vulnerable young children and adults who are on conditional release. If you understand what that means, conditional release with the tags on the ankles, that was a tough job, man. Mental health issues. Young adults who had just been released from prison in a small unit. Oh my goodness. Anyhow, let's forget about that. And we're going to end up this show over here. Wonderful stuff. Just short of 40 minutes. I no longer do hour-long shows. No. Unless I'm doing the usual talk. And even just then, when I see the hour mark comes up, I start to get a nosebleed. So, Alex, you've got to end the show, man. Got to end the show. End it. All right. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this short, sharp show over here. Silent Stan. Co-chair. Oh, my goodness. Let's pray, my friends. Let's pray. Anyhow, continue to vote to your heart's content until tomorrow. We'll see where the numbers fall if Arsenal can overcome a Sporting Lisbon. It better has, otherwise there's going to be a lot of angst amongst the supporters and fans, at least on Canafoy TV. Canafoy TV? Canafoy TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.